Hello, this is Mike, and it's February 28th, 2024, and we have a very interesting story today. New York Brooklyn Notary Public pleads guilty to aiding and abetting visa fraud. So, this matter was investigated by the Department of State's Diplomatic Security Service and is being prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorney Charles L. Rambo. Actually, it has been prosecuted. The case has since been concluded. The man pleaded guilty. You do not want these U.S. United States attorneys on your case. They're very serious, and it'll definitely not be a good outcome once they get on to somebody committing fraud and forgery, which we're going to talk about here. So this was out of Concord, New Hampshire, where the visa applications were submitted. So, acting United States Attorney John J. Farley announced that Mohammed Abdul Batan, 65 years old, of Brooklyn, New York, pleaded guilty to aiding and abetting visa fraud. According to court records and statements in court, the case arose out of an investigation into falsely notarized documents used to obtain visas. Specifically, when a legal immigrant seeks to petition to have other alien relatives admitted into the country, the National Visa Center, the NVC, requires that the petitioner demonstrate a sufficient income level to support the relatives upon their arrival. Okay, so this was all eventually referred to the United States Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York, which covers Brooklyn, New York. So this process is intended to ensure that the new immigrants will not become public charges or go on welfare after they enter the country. If the petitioner does not have enough income, he or she may submit paperwork in which another person, for example the joint sponsor, agrees to provide financial support for the new arrivals. The joint sponsor also is required to document his or her own income and assets to ensure sufficient resources will be available. The joint sponsor is required to complete an I-864 form under penalties of perjury. Okay, so in this case, a number of submissions to the NVC contained repeat joint sponsors appearing to support large numbers of petitioners. So this guy got really greedy and kept using the same fraudulent paperwork and people over and over. Further investigation revealed that many of these joint sponsors had not, in fact, agreed to serve as joint sponsors ever and did not sign the I-864 form. So the notary, actually signed them too, and they were purporting to bear their signatures. Rather, the I-864 forms had been forged and were falsely notarized by Batten in his capacity as an actual notary public in Brooklyn, New York. In this respect, Batten's notarizations were a material aid to the petitioner's submissions of false, misleading documents to the NVC. Material aids means evidence. So this was the U.S. Department of State National Visa Center, and he committed fraud and forgery. I don't even know how many counts of that there were. So in New York, we're doing these videos. You're here because you all are notary publics that have no fraud and no forgery, or you wouldn't be watching these videos. Maybe Mr. Patan, if he had been watching these videos, he would have realized that he shouldn't have tried something like that and he wouldn't get away with it. I don't know, maybe they do get away with it a lot these days. That's as far as I'm going to go with that comment. I'm not an attorney and I can't give immigration advice. That's a sign required in New York for these places. Obviously, the guy was an actual notary public and people went to him. He probably charged them exorbitant fees and then he made illegal paperwork, okay? And in New York State, when you have a place that has notary public and something in another language, like in this case Spanish, immigration, you have to say, I'm not an abogado and I can't give legal advice in Espanol or Russian or Haitian. Little Haiti restaurant does also immigration and notary public, but they don't have a sign that says, we're not an attorney and can't give immigration advice. So anybody listening to this that's in an ethnic neighborhood and you're serving people and you're going to put up a sign that says notary public in another language, make sure you also tell them in that language, I'm not an attorney and I cannot give immigration advice. Otherwise, people will take a closer look at you and That might not end well. Okay, so that's it for this one. Any questions about anything? Notary supplies, becoming a notary, joining the Notary Association, Notary Publics. They've been watching this newsletter for 20 years with me. Call 347-427-9091. Hit extension 1. Don't listen to the menu and ask for me, Mike, and I'll answer your questions. I'm not a lawyer. I won't give you legal advice. I will tell you, though, legally what the law says. And I can always tell you what I would do, but you have to make up your own decision what you're going to do, because I won't tell you legally what to do. So yeah, any questions? You can all go to our website, also www.howtobecomeanotaryinny.com. Getting a license, getting supplies. If you're studying for an exam now, we have a really cool practice exam there. It doesn't cost anything. If you decide you want more practice exams and thousands of practice questions, we have our $77 Notary NY online classes. I don't know how long we're going to keep that price. It's been that way for 11 years, and we're getting ready to raise the price. So click on there on the menu, or over here on the online classes, join now. We're trying to launch live classes again. Nobody has them in New York yet, and right now we're trying to figure out a better marketing to get enough people, because we like to provide breakfast and everything. It's a 5-hour event, and that's expensive, and the facilities are expensive to do live events. So right now we only have the online class. I apologize, some people are upset, but most people appear to not want to go to live events in New York City right now. Like Broadway's suffering right now. They have record low attendance to shows. They're having a hard time with live attendance for events in New York City. I've done it for 22 years, and this is the way I'm interacting with you guys now. Hopefully that changes soon. So also, notary supplies, remote online notary, upgrade your regular notary license, and then you can broaden your jurisdiction from New York State to notarize for every state in the country, even foreign countries, and charge $25, but you cannot get a remote online notary license till you get the basic license. All right, and you can join this newsletter on that website as well. So give me a call. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. I like talking to you guys. All right, so please help me help you. I really enjoy doing these videos. I'm intrinsically motivated to do it. I've been doing this a long time. I love interacting with you guys. This channel is not monetized. In other words, when you see a commercial from YouTube, I didn't do that, and I don't get paid for that, because New York State doesn't have enough people to get a channel monetized. So your activity by engaging this video will help boost the algorithms for students to find us in Google, and that will help me and support me and to keep doing these trainings. So please like it, log into your Gmail account if you're not, and make a comment. That's really good. Even share it, subscribe, and please go ahead and click on that notification bell. That'll really help me out, and of course I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, so until the next one, this has been Mike, and I'll see you then.